How effective is this food warmer from Vevor, or is it Vevor? I'm not sure. I've had this for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. And if you are a caterer or you are a barbecue or cooking enthusiast, you love cooking for family or friends, things of that nature, then this review is probably going to be for you. We're going to talk about my experience using this and how much I do enjoy it, and then we're going to give you my dad rating and let you know what I really think and if I would say this is dad approved. All right, so I'm actually got this working. I have a pork butt in here that I cooked and smoked yesterday, and it's been in here overnight. We've got a Christmas party this evening, and I'm just letting it stay warm. So I'm actually using it right now. I thought it'd just be a perfect opportunity to do a quick little review on this. So I've got the specs up here where I purchased this directly from Vevor website. This is specifically the 25 by 15 by 24 version. They have different warming boxes that you can consider. I needed this is great for residential purposes as well if you don't have a kitchen or something like that. So this is sitting on my refrigerator, and the airflow, at first I was concerned about that, but like the heat does come out, but it stays cool on top of my refrigerator for the most part, except where you feel airflow coming out. And I've had this run for 22 hours is the longest I've had this setting at 150. So again, that's the dimensions. That's a quick little experience of how I'm using it, specifically for food. But let me just go over some key features from the website. Again, we've talked through the measurements, but it has 4 15 by 17 food trays, or you can do 4 10 by 14 by 2.8 food boxes in different intervals. It says it's great for storing pizza, chicken, hamburger, spaghetti, obviously barbecue. So let me walk you through. It was really simple to put together. The only thing I would say, well, actually, I might save that for last. So hold on to the very end. We'll talk about one thing I don't like. I didn't like about the unboxing part of it, which we'll show. But let me show you the inside as we talk about the key features. So that you've got, I've got 2 racks down here. So you get a total of 4 racks. This is a taller food pan, but if you do, and you can see, I'll have the dimensions in between here. I do want to warn you, you want to make sure you have the right, those half pan trays is what's going to be able to fit in here. But then you don't want too much of a bulge, otherwise it gets really cramped in here. I think I've been able to do 5 pork butts and a brisket just crammed in here, I think is what I was able to do. But right now, just super simple, 4 trays made out of aluminum, I believe. And it's pretty simple. So you literally just have to put this handle on and screw that in, and this little knob, these 2 little knobs here, you close this first, and then it latches like that. It does occasionally like kind of poke out a little bit, but for the most part it stays shut. It's got 4 legs as well. Let me see what other features worthy of mentioning. Yeah, it goes at 150 Fahrenheit. And then I'm trying to see if it tells me up to maximum of 180. So very versatile depending on what you're wanting, especially food safe for long periods of time. You don't want to be between that 40 and 140 and not be food safe. So that's where this is an advantage. But there's all sorts of advantages to having a food warmer. I do a little bit of side catering, and then I usually cook for different events for friends. So I thought, I'm ready to invest in to make things a little less stressful, and not have to stay on a pork butt, or put it in what I traditionally have been doing, in a towel, in a cooler, which is fine. But then you risk sometimes not knowing, unless you have a thermometer there, and have an alarm of the temperature going below into the danger zone. So this is like kind of gives you that fail-proof security of having food safe food for long periods of time when you're done cooking, which is awesome. Or if you're needing to cook the day before and serve people the next day, huge advantage. So those are the key features. when it comes to the cost, it costs right now on sale $264 for this specific version. So that's the quick specs, the features, my experience. Like I said, I've cooked pork butts, I've fit brisket in here, are the two things I've used it for so far. You know, all sorts of things like macaroni, your sides, you cooked before, and people are coming over a little bit later. A lot of endless ideas of how you could use this food warmer. So I've wondered, although it's just like it's a heating mechanism, I'm wondering if I could do whole like beef jerky or my sausage making process at a low temperature. So I'm not sure if that would work or not, but anyways, a lot of opportunities for uses here. But now it's time to give you my DAD rating. Now, if you're new to the channel, I have an acronym called DAD, and DAD approved product reviews. And so DAD stands for durability, affordability, and that second D needed to go together, so it's DAD approved functionality. So it's really functionality, affordability, and durability. From a durability standpoint, this is made out of, it says, high quality aluminum, non-corrosive aluminum. So, you know, overall, like I said, it's kind of, you know, I'm not sure. Well, this part's thick. Overall, I think the quality is there. There's some parts of it feel a little flimsy to me, but using it almost weekly for this over 3 months and just sitting in one position, man, it's great. Obviously I need to dust the top of this thing. But when it comes to durability, it seems like it's going to withstand the test of time. I've had a few caterer friends that have recommended this to me, is why I purchased it. So they've used it for long periods, and they've got different versions of this. So far, I'll give this a solid 4 for durability. Affordability, $264 when you research different food warmers. I would say it's appropriately priced. So I'm going to say that it's. I'm going to also give it a solid 4. I think it's appropriately priced. And a 5-star for me would be like, it's like great value for what you're getting. I think it's just appropriately priced. And then when it comes to, so that's 2 4 stars. And then when it comes to functionality, DAD approved functionality, obviously it does. When I think about this, I'm thinking, does it do what it says in promoting and marketing? Yeah, 100%. So I'm going to give this a 5. It functions exactly the way that they promote it. A lot of different ways to, you know, put food in here. I will say, like, you really got to be mindful of the half pan and the smaller ones, not the taller ones, to be able to use all 4 pans. So just keep that in mind. Or if you just want to wrap in foil and not use a pan and put it on here, but then you risk, if anything does leak, that it's going to be dripping. But overall, from a functionality standpoint, it does what it says it's going to do, and the legs are super durable, and again, super functional. It does what it needs to do. So overall, so that would be so 5, 4, and 4. That's our total score that I'm giving this rating. So overall, this is definitely DAD approved when it comes to something I would recommend to you. Why are elevator jokes so classic and good? Because they work at many different levels. One other thing I forgot to mention that I don't like about whenever you unbox this thing, it comes with this like white film on it, and you can see that I have it around the different screws. That was really hard to peel off. I mean, literally top to bottom, every little piece was covered with it, and it was so difficult to pull off. And overall, though, I mean, once it's off, it's functional and it's great. But just want to caveat, get ready to spend some tedious time unwrapping this thing. All right, with a 13-star, that is definitely DAD approved. This is definitely something I highly would recommend to you if that's something you're really interested in learning about or using for catering, or you're a food and cooking enthusiast ready to take it to the next level. Then I definitely think this is a solid product for you to consider. And let me know in the comments if you're finding value in this video. Be sure to like, subscribe. It helps the channel out. Also, I have Bartlow's Barbecue channel for you to consider if you're into barbecue and grilling with my own rubs and seasonings. If you're finding value, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out. From my backyard to yours. If it's dad approved, it must be good. We'll see you next time.